It's never done a candlelight vigil before, so I don't really know what to say or how to go about it. What I do know, what I have learned, is that these things, we do moments of silence. So we may have one of those, but because it was Jenny, and for those of you that know her, if you're here, you obviously know her, she would want us to be loud. So they did something up in Washington for her by screaming for a few seconds or whatever, and it was a great tribute. And we're in downtown Denver. We can be heard for a long ways. Jenny would want that because Jenny was heard for a long ways. Whether it was in person or on the internet or wherever it was. There were newspaper reports out of Germany, out of New York, out of the United Kingdom, and many others. And so she would want that too. So I know it might be hard to scream. Just think of things that make you frustrated or that make you happy, or whenever we get to there, just build yourself up and let it out for even a couple of seconds. She would appreciate that. So tonight we're just gonna wing it like we usually do. That's how me and Jenny rolls. Most of you know that, especially if you've listened to our radio show. So we chose here for a multitude of reasons. We've done a lot of activism here. One of my favorite recent stories to tell is the southbound lane of Broadway over there. One night during Occupy, Jenny and I sat in the street and turned the whole line of cop cars around. They were driving one way the wrong way. It's a proud moment, and there were a lot of pictures that started to surface afterwards, so it was really cool. You don't think about those things while it's happening, you're just trying to do what's right. And ironically, we were trying to stop people from driving the wrong way. So, it is what it is. But otherwise, a lot of activism has happened here, whether it was us or other people, but this is one of Jenny's stomping grounds, so we picked here because it kind of matters for a lot of reasons. So thank you guys for coming out on a weeknight and going along with this Make It Up As We Go Vigil. And if you would like to say something about Jenny tonight, her family is here. If you haven't had a chance to meet them, it's this glowing bunch of amazing people right up front. So I don't know if they're going to want to speak, but they're really awesome to look at. So if you want to come up and relive Jenny's story at some point, please, 1-2 minutes, say something. Don't say something. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Because that's what she would say. So, anyways, sometimes I hate public speaking, so I'm going to pass the mic on to somebody else for a brief moment, who I want to say something before we get really loud. And yes. Paul, as many of you know, was her platonic lover, I guess. This pretty much right here. So this was her absolute most best friend in the whole world, other than me. So thank God we get to share that. Probably. So I really want you to say something because I feel like, So please, thank you.
So obviously, Jenny was a very special person to all of us, or else we wouldn't be standing here in the middle of nowhere holding candles, hoping they don't drip and burn your finger like it just did mine. But, it's funny that we have a Candlelight Vigil because she was so bright in all of our lives. She was always there to cheer you up, no matter what was going on in her life, no matter what she was going through. She wanted to be there for her friends and the people she called her family, and her family as well, and her kids. She was a very strong person. She took care of Jeremy and I because we're giant children. I think she was trying to supplement a little bit. That's why she took us on. But, she was just such an amazing person that, just went from, one day she tells me, she's like, just so you know, you're my best friend. And next thing I know, she's hanging out with me every day. And I'm like, she's serious. I'm like, cool, let's rock it. And then she ended up, working for me and becoming my assistant and just doing like everything in the world for me, just because she wanted to help. And that's how she cared about everyone that was in her life. I mean, she would show up to every event, she would show up to anything going on, help you set up, help you run it, help you break it down, and would never ask for anything in return. She was definitely the most selfless person I've ever met. And I think it shows how far her love spread with how many people keep showing up to these events, how many people keep making donations to help her kids and their futures. And we appreciate all of that too. We've been busting our asses trying to get anything done that, can help spread Jenny's message, spread Jenny's name, and help out her kids and what they're facing in their future. I've just briefly met them before, but I feel like I've known them forever just from how much Jenny would tell me about them. Definitely make an effort to come up here and meet them and say hi and give them a hug and let them know how special their mom was to you. That's it.
Woo!
Bill? That's fine, thanks.
Hi everyone, Wayward Bill here. Met Jenny online as Jenny Kush, and is a mother up in Montana that wanted to move to Colorado. In July 2010, I announced a program called Cannabis Habitation Colorado. Jenny was my first transplant. She moved here with my direction, a little help from Matt Kinslow and other people in the community, and we got Jenny here. And she came here and she gave 110% of anything she ever did. I mean, anything. You name it, tattoos, blowing glass, being a community activist. She helped me raise books for the Denver County Jail. I mean, she did it all. And I've never met more wonderful person than Jenny Kush. I mean, she was the epitome of total activism. She outshone me. She came here for Cannabis Habitation Colorado and took over. She came, she saw, she conquered. She was us. We all loved her. Thank you very much.
Guys, I don't know if you were, I told the same story. I'm Jeremy's mom. And I'm going to tell you a story about a young lady that I know.
Hold the mic
Her
up.
name's Jenny Kush. Let me tell you what she did for the DePino family. She brought us together. She brought two brothers together that I never thought would be together again. A little brother did not like his big brother at all. And she brought those two boys together again. She brought the sister back too. And she's very special to all of us. And I never, ever thought that I would have my close family again. And I have 3 children now that are all closer together than I ever thought they would ever be again. I thought, nope, never. I pleaded with my younger son to make amends with his older brother, and he wouldn't do it. But Jenny brought them back together. Jenny brought Jeremy and Brian and Kimmy back together. That takes a very special person to do that, because there was no giving on Brian's part. But Brian isn't a jerk. Brian is a very special young man, as is Jeremy, as is Kimberly. I have 3 very special children, but I have 4 very special children, because now I count Jenny as one of my children. And she brought back my 3 children to me. And for that, I thank you, Jenny. Yeah. He's not a good. Sorry.
I'm going to make it quick and short. My name is Dina Martinez, and I met Jenny here, right down there near the grass with Lauren, with Jeremy, and came into this community very sick and very broken. Please know your mother saved my life. Not kind of, but literally. Walked into my home and helped me get out of bed. Taught me how to be an activist. Told me that I could have a voice. She showed me that I could do it by doing it with me. Thank you all for being here. Jeremy, you're amazing. You have an amazing soul. And you will forever and ever and ever carry it. We love you. Miss Jenny, we love you. And thank you for saving my life.
So, me and Jenny have been together for the last 3 years. September was our 3 year. I'm gonna try not to cry, but it's not gonna happen. So I was trying to be a little light in the beginning. We met online. You and I talk a lot, not always positive about technology. We met online because we shared similar circumstances and we became good friends. And so when she came out here, we knew right away. But we danced around it for a while because when something that sudden and that awesome comes into your life, you don't really, you know that once you accept it, everything's different from that moment on. So we both knew that we just had to take a moment to just assess that. And then the day came and we knew it happened. And from then on, we've pretty much been inseparable. And my friends out there, you know that. So, did you guys walk up just because you want to talk? Because I want to hear what you guys have to say. So, yes. So I'm going to pass this off really quick because that kind of completed that whole little beginning story. This is just what's going to be awesome. So.
I'm Tyler.
Go Tyler. Go with Tyler.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Shelby. I'm Jenny's oldest. I just want to thank you for
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to this. I'm Chris. I'm your second oldest.
Right on, man. That's great.
I'm Jordan. This is the pain in my butt.
Hi, I'm Lori. When they asked me earlier if I wanted to talk, I said, no. I'm not much of a talker, but I just want to thank everybody for everything. I just can't believe all the amazing friends that she has here. And I know you all miss her, and we all miss her. And just like Jeremy's mom said, we actually have an extra one here, too, an extra son. And we appreciate everything that Jeremy has done for her. She wasn't happy before she came here, and she definitely was happy when she left. And we'll never forget that, and we'll never forget her. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Has anybody else like to have say a few words? Well,
my name's Jimmy, and I was blessed to meet your mom. The reason why this many people are out here is because I don't think there's ever gonna be another woman like your mom. She tattooed basically my whole family. One summer she was tattooing my chest, and it hurt so bad that my son was holding my hand. And I'll never forget that. She just was a great person, and we're all gonna miss her so much. I'm glad that you guys came out. So have a safe trip back, guys.
Miguel, your local community organizer. I like the fact that we were here because for the entire time that Jenny was here, we'd have rallies here every last Saturday of the month. And she never missed one of them, whether it was a cold below 0 degree weather for 5 minutes we were out here, or if it was a hot day we were underneath a bush or something trying to hide out, but she never missed one. So I like to acknowledge her for her dedication and commitment, as I was once acknowledged by our friend Anton Marquez, who I think it's important we take time to appreciate our friends while they're with us and our family today, because we know when they're not going to be there tomorrow. So maybe we could do candlelight vigils for ourselves while we're still alive, or other celebrations, and appreciate people and give these acknowledgments and dedications and commitments while we're still here. So when you see your friends and your family, make sure you reach out to them, because that's exactly the legacy that Jenny was doing, with so many wonderful things that I've heard. That even Bill brought up the books for prisoners. I forgot about that. She's done so many numerous things I can't forget, but I'd like to say that her migrating here was an American dream that was both great and tragic, looking for a better life. And that's kind of what Colorado's history is the pioneer. And so Jenny was a pioneer who came and brought that continued tradition here with Colorado as legacy for better rights and for humanity and even her own children. So thanks, Jenny, for being dedicated and committed.
I forgot I was asked to give a message, tell everybody too that there is a lot of co-workers of Jenny's back home. She used to work at the nursing home where I work, and the residents absolutely loved her there. She was just like a daughter to them. They just absolutely missed her. And the co-workers there, they said, please, to tell everybody how much they also missed her and loved her. So it's from all her co-workers back home.
Hi guys! Oh, that was really loud, sorry. I am. Well, I'm Jeremy's little sister. I'm Kimmy. I don't really like public speaking, so sorry, I'm kind of weird and kind of loud, but I just wanted to give a couple words because she deserves it, 100%. Well, my mom kind of covered a lot of it, which she brought my entire family back together, you know. No big deal, she just brought back the most torn apart family ever. Let's just give her credit where it's deserved. Also, I think the most important thing I got from Jenny is I'd lost hope in the world for a very long time. And you know, like life growing up, I wasn't very close with either of my brothers and all that jazz. But seeing everything she's done for people and everything she's done for my family, I've kind of started to believe in humans again and humanity. And I guess that's kind of cool, you know. And I owe her a lot. And she did so much. I just graduated from college, and she freely brought the non-medicated Snickers bar and Kit Kats. Right, Jeremy? Where are you? Okay. Yeah. And they were amazing. She would always bring over little treats to get me to like her, because we had a hard time because my brother's a dick, Jeremy. But I love you. And me and her ended up getting really close, and it was really nice. She showed me a lot about the world. She gave me all the chances in the world, though I didn't always deserve them. And for that, I'll always be grateful. And you know, I've always wanted a sister, and I think I found it. And I think I found it in Jenny, because trust me, being the little sister with two big brothers, they're shitheads. But having an older sister who, she defended me in a couple little areas with past other sisterish things, and it's been nice. So I just wanted to tell her how much I love her and let all of you guys know that we all loved her a lot. And she did so much for my family, and for that I'll ever be grateful. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you. Does anybody else like to say a few words?
Hi, everybody. My name's Matt. Jenny Kush was my friend. Not just your average friend, but a great friend. I only knew her for a few minutes, but she was one of the greatest people in my life. She can get me to come up here and speak in front of all you. I'm a pretty shy guy, so I'll make this short and sweet so I don't cry like a baby.
Cried like a baby, man. Do it.
But thank you, Jenny Kush, for being my friend, and I love your family. Everybody here, you're all awesome, and that's about all I can say. Thank you very much. I love you, Jenny Kush.
And thank you, Matt. Anybody else in the crowd like to say a few good words about Jenny?
Just short and sweet. I'm the brother.
The not jerk.
The not jerk. You so should have gone earlier. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. Just Jenny Kush. We love you.
That was short. So before we do any more speakers, our famous photographer Kim, our most awesome, wherever the hell she went, is going to take a picture. So if we could get everybody over in this area right here really quick before we do a big yell. Actually, maybe we'll make her instigate the loud yell. We'll all scream, she'll take our picture, and we'll capture that moment for anything you want. Scream whatever you want.
Good, sit down.